Our currency is crashing and will soon no longer be the world standard, which will be our greatest defeat, frankly, in 200 years. There will be no defeat like that. That will take us away from being even a great power.
Since the fall of Soviet Russia, the United States has been on the top of the international stage. We're the military, economic juggernaut of the world, so much so that the entire international economy runs on the dollar. And we've been doing everything to protect that.
There was virtually no place on the entire globe you could go that would turn down a 20. Andrew Jackson's face beside the famous seal of the U.S. Treasury was probably America's best-known export. From Dar es Salaam to Sri Lanka to the smallest gold mining outpost in the Amazon basin, every shopkeeper on earth recognized a $20 bill. The dollar was universal, and not just universal in commerce, though the majority of international transactions were conducted in dollars, but universally held as a long-term store of value globally. The world's central banks stockpiled U.S. dollars, far more than any other currency. Now, most Americans may not have known that, or they did, but it doesn't matter whether they knew it. It was very good for everyone who lives here. Because there were so many U.S. dollars in circulation outside of the country, the cost of borrowing money inside the country remained artificially low. And that's one of the reasons that in this country, America, middle-class people could buy their own homes. The U.S. government, meanwhile, was able to run up astronomical debts without many obvious consequences. Now, from time to time, the Congress would debate something called the debt ceiling, but it was abstract. For most people, the entire topic didn't seem very relevant to their lives because, for most of that time, it really wasn't. America printed the U.S. dollar, we controlled the global reserve currency, and that meant that for us, money was cheap. We had privileges that nobody else in the world had. It's been very nice, but what would happen if it ended? You don't even really want to think about that because the consequences would be too ugly, really ugly. But we started to worry about it about a year ago, really the day the Russian military rolled over the Ukrainian border. Now, by itself, that was a destabilizing event. War always is destabilizing and always challenges the existing order. But it was the West's reaction to the Russian invasion that seemed ominous. Policymakers in the U.S. went insane. Joe Biden, helped by his Republican allies in the Senate, appeared to be determined not simply to topple the Russian government in some kind of regime change war, but to blow up the post-war economic order that had served the U.S. so generously for so long. So we thought at the time that the real threat to our future wasn't just the billions we were sending to Zelensky. That was reckless, but probably not going to end America. The real threat was the unprecedented economic sanctions that Joe Biden was allowed to, in fact, encouraged to impose. Those sanctions, you'll recall, were supposed to hurt Russia. But even in March of last year, it seemed obvious they were going to hurt the United States much more than they hurt Russia.
All right, so before I start off, I want to say first and foremost, I want to give all praise to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, Bashim Rakakadash, and the bombs to the apostle and the elders of Great Millstone, and peace and salutations to you brothers doing this work in sincerity and in truth to hope for elect. The brothers that's waiting every day patiently for Yahweh Bashim Yahushua to return so we get out this place. Hey, peace and salutations to you brothers, man. All right. So this is things that the prophet's been prophesying about. All right. All right. The world, as we know, has been changing ever since the prophets, been speaking in the last few years, man. And it's been already, it's just been forecasted. All right. This is no surprise to Jake. I mean, to the men of the Lord, even Edomites. It's always been prophesied that they're going to lose a dollar. The dollar's going to fall, and what comes with that, right? High debt, inflation, and everything else that goes with it. All right. So a lot of these news channels have been not prophesied, but have been forecasting, which is the same thing, literally, that this thing is going to fall. All right. All right, but ultimately our people are not paying attention to this either. All right, yeah, they're not paying attention to that either. All right, so Hey, if you can't see it, all right, but it was already foretold, and you know when things like this happen, things are gonna there's gonna be a big fallout, all right? Which we want this, we want and we pray for this place to fall, but our people are not paying attention. If they're not paying attention, they think that this place is gonna go on forever. What's the reason? Because of that, because they believe in this place, all right? They want to stay in this place. Matter of fact, I go right there real quick. They don't want to get out of the rat race. They don't want to come back to the Lord. Right? And then 30:1, it says, "The word of the rebellious change says the Lord, that take counsel, but not of me, that cover with the covering, but not of my spirit, that may add sin to sin," right? It says that walked to go down into Egypt. It says, and have not asked in my mouth to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh. All right. And to trust in the shadow of Egypt. All right. So they trust in this money system, the ways, matter of fact, therefore, let me read this part. Therefore shall strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and a trust in the shadow of Egypt, your confusion. So this is going to be, it's going to be a big confusion when you see it, man. When you see all these things really go out, because now Jake don't even think about that. They still think that America has the biggest military. They still think that this place will never fall. They wanted to taste those what they say. They would never want to, even they would never want to leave this place. They would want to stay here because it's comfortable. It's home. That's why the Lord got to take them out. Let's see. This is Numbers 11. All right. I started one that says, "And when the people complained, it displeased the Lord, and the Lord heard it, and his anger was kindled in the fire, and the fire of the Lord burnt among them, okay, and consumed them that were in the uttermost parts of the camp. And the people cried unto Moses, and when Moses prayed unto the Lord, the fire was quenched." So Most High got the damage, you got to reckon. And that's what you about to do now. It's gonna be a fire. All right? And he called the name of the place Taberah, because the fire of the Lord burnt among them. So let's get that word real quick. Let me see. All right. This is burning. All right. It says Taba. Yeah, Taba Arah. Okay. All right. So let's keep going. All right. And it says, and the mixed multitude that was among them fell a lusting. So these were the nations that just slid out of Egypt with Israel. And the children of Israel also wept again and said, "Who shall give us flesh to eat?" All right, let me read that part again. To the end, the children of Israel also wept again. Okay, and said, "Who shall give us flesh to eat? We remember the fish which we did eat in Egypt freely, the cucumbers and the melons and the leeks and the onions and the garlics. But now our soul is dried away. There is nothing at all besides this manna, all right, before our eyes." But because the Most High was giving them manna to feed them, And I don't know how long it was between giving them manna and when they were saying this and when they left Egypt, but it probably wasn't that long. Right. So it don't take no long for Jake to start lusting about things like that. Not thinking about to prepare themselves or at least hope to be saved, all right, by Yahweh Shem Shai, because they negate, Yahweh Shem Shai. All right, so let me go here real quick. let's go to back to Matthew's, and then I'm gonna try to make this quick. I think it's Matthew's 24. I say 32. Right, because you should know these things, and it's just only a couple, and even the couples don't believe that Yahweh Shem Yahushua is coming back. Yahweh Shai is going to be seen with the holy angels. Okay, it says, "And then shall appear the sign of the Son of Man in heaven, and then shall all the tribes of the earth mourn." Right, and they shall see the Son of Man coming in the clouds of heaven with power and great glory. And he shall send his angels with all great sound of the trumpet, and they shall gather together his elect from the four winds, from one end of heaven to the other. Now learn the parable of the fig tree. Okay, when his branch is yet tender and putteth forth leaves, ye know that summer is nigh. So you know when you see these things that the Lord, how about Shem Yahushua, it's just already been prophesied to his men. You can catch videos, a lot of videos that says, hey, this money system is going to be paralyzed, all right, tore up, all right. It's going to be famine in the streets, all right. Okay, and the word, you ain't going to be able to get the word, so you better get it now, much as you can. And so let's go to 33. It says, "And likewise, when ye shall see all the things, know that it is near, even at the door." So it's close. All right. So we see these things. And so we, as men of the Lord, fighting, we're hopefully we are the men of the hope for elect, or hope, that the Heavenly Father will save us, just in the, destitute and higher hope, higher need and begging, man, that you save. We be saved, but our people are not listening, man. All right, that's why 2/3 of our people gonna get hit. So it's very I say unto you, this generation not pass till all these things be fulfilled. Until it's all fulfilled. Okay, so these things are so that everything is about to be fulfilled. All right, so it's gonna be seen that the word of the Lord is super true, man. It's all true, and that Yahweh Shai is gonna return. All right. So, hey, let me read that verse 32 again. It says, "Now learn the parable of the fig tree. When the branch is yet tender, so when the branches are ready, and put forth leaves, when they start budding, then they say give leaves, you know that summer is nigh. So likewise, when ye shall see all these things, know that it is near, even at the time, even at the door." So we know that there's going to be wars on this soil of America, man. All right, because it says that. I believe it's in Month 31. Okay, this is should use a dial. Let me see if it's that it. Is that it? Let me see. That's not it. I can't think. Okay, I just found it. All right, Shalaki. Yeah, thought it would. Okay. Let's see. I'll try this. This is Isaiah 47 and 1. Isaiah 47. It said, "Come down and sit in the dust, O virgin daughter of Babylon, and sit on the ground. There is no throne, O daughter of the Chaldeans." It says, "For thou shall no more be called tender and delicate." So the Most High is about to take this place and get rid of this place, man, out of the earth. All right. So this place is going to be hit with a financial destruction. All right. Food, peril, then wars are going to be on the land. All right. All right, it's called Virgin Daughter of Babylon because it's not really had a major war like all these other countries have been hit with a major war. All right, so it ain't been really touched like that. It says, "Take the millstone, grind the mill, uncover the locks, make bare the leg, uncover the thigh, pass over the rivers. Thy nakedness shall be uncovered, yea, thy shame shall be seen, and I will take vengeance. And I will not meet thee as a man." So Yahweh Bashim Yahweh Shai is gonna come and he ain't gonna meet you with a man. Yahweh ain't gonna meet you with an angelic force. So your dollar's going down. All right. So let's go to Ecclesiastes real quick. All right, the 12th chapter, and just hit. All right, this Ecclesiastes 12, it says, "Remember thy Creator in the days of thy youth, while the evil days come not, nor the years draw nigh, when thou shalt say, I have no pleasure in them." Okay, so remember Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, Jake, but Jake is not. Jake is into the way of this world. All right. It says, "While the sun or the light or the moon or the stars be not darkened, nor the clouds return after the rain. And the day when the keepers of the house, who is those big elites, shall tremble, and the strong men shall bow themselves in the ground and cease, because they are few, and those that look out, the windows be darkened, and the doors shall be shut in the streets, when the sound of the grinding is low. And he shall rise up at the voice of the bird, and the daughters of music shall be brought low." So, hey, this is going to be a big welfare state itself. All right, and these are prophecies before the Yahweh Shema shall return. So that, to our people who not listening, it's all good. To Jake that's adding to the scriptures, you're gonna get hit with the missiles. Okay, all right, you're gonna get hurt by Yahweh Shema Shai. All right. And it ain't gonna be because ultimately, what it ends up being, the Chizit or the Cheez-Its. That's what we say sometimes. Okay, all right. So that you're gonna have to get that M to the O to the T. All right, you're gonna have to go to the BZ. You're gonna have to put that in because you want to eat. So if you don't see these things, you don't see the prophets out there prophesying. All right. And you stuff your ears, all right, and don't hear it. That's on you. How about Shimon Shah had men step out on the highways and hedges to let you know that you're Israel and the things that's about to happen, and you as people come back to them and say the scriptures tell you come back, old backsliding daughter, daughters, old backsliding children, daughters of Zion, So this place in America is going down the drain. So if you have a stake and stock in here, you got everybody with a quick rich scheme, or you have people that think that this place is never gonna fall. Hey, the prophecies is showing themselves. So, hey, that's why they say the parable of the fig tree. If you can't see it, that's all on you. And the Lord, hey, it's up to the Heavenly Father that you see it anyway. All right. So with that, I want to give all praises, peace and salutations, and shalom.